So what cameras and gear does Casey Neistat use in his video blogs and his videos? Let's check it out in this video.
Everybody, let's all get down. Let's all get down.
Hey, what's up? Sean here with Think Media TV, and I want to do this quick video because probably if you're watching this video like me, you've been super inspired by Casey Neistat. I mean, he's arguably the best vlogger on YouTube really right now, and people are constantly watching his videos, inspired by his storytelling and his content, but then they're also asking, what kind of cameras does he use in his videos? And in a recent video he just posted in his daily vlog films, he went through his setup, but people were still wondering in the comments, and I was reading down there like, hey, what kind of lens are you using? Or what's the model number of that mic? And so I was inspired to create a video, to research it myself, and then just outline specifically piece by piece of what gear he uses, plus a few of my thoughts as to the why behind that. And also check out show notes and links in the YouTube description with maybe some of the specs and details I forgot and things like that. Now this video is not affiliated with Casey. Everything in it is in my humble opinion and just some of my observations researching his setup after this vlog. Now let's jump into the video. Now the biggest question people are wondering is, how does Casey get such incredible vlog quality, video quality during his vlogs? And so he revealed that he uses a Canon 70D. Now a few thoughts as to why. I mean, first and foremost, the flip out screen is something that it allows you to see yourself while you're shooting, so you can compose the shot. So that's there. But the game changer of the Canon 70D is its autofocus. Specifically, it's called Canon Dual Pixel CMOS AF, which simply means that it's an incredible system of autofocus that allows you to track quickly to your face and get autofocus while recording live video. And so that's something specifically that the 70D has, and I believe that's why he picked out that camera. Now, one of the things he didn't mention directly is what lens he's using most of the time while vlogging, and that specifically is the Canon EFS 10-22 USM lens. Now, first and foremost, the lens is extremely wide, so it looks great. As he revealed, you know, when you're pointing it to yourself, you can get a lot in the shot. It's designed specifically for the Canon 70D, which is important because the Canon 70D has a crop sensor, which simply means it's different than some of the more expensive cameras. So you want to have a good pairing of the camera and the lens. And so that's a great lens that goes with it. Now, the lens is also very lightweight, which lends itself to trying to create a lightweight camera setup. It's also super sharp. A lot of people compare it to the quality of L-glass lenses, which are much more expensive, but yet it is not at the L-glass price tag. And then lastly, it's a USM lens, which there's really two different lenses out now that use the autofocus for Canon. One is USM and one is STM. Now the STM lens, really the benefit there is it's the motor system in the AF, and it's much quieter when doing video, because if you've ever, done film videos and you've heard the lens focusing, you can actually hear it on the microphone. Now the USM isn't as quiet and is actually quite loud when autofocusing, which is the lens he's using, but he solves that problem with the mic he uses, which we'll talk about next. So people were wondering in the comments, what is the specific mic that you're using? And that mic is called the Rode VideoMic Pro. Now, I believe the reason he picked out that lens, as he mentioned, is it's very directional. And that means that when it's on the camera, it picks up directly what's in front of the mic. But if somebody was behind, there was noise behind the camera or anything off to the side, besides in that kind of center area with where the mic's pointing, it's gonna really focus in on that audio. So it's great for shooting outdoors in New York City, especially what he's doing to really get as clean audio as possible. Secondly, it is a great mic at reducing the hiss that comes with a lot of the Canon DSLR cameras. And so maybe you've messed with lower end microphones. Maybe you've just used the onboard microphone, no external microphone for your camera. Canon's kind of notorious for having a pretty bad hiss noise with their mics. So this is the Rode VideoMic Pro, and it really has some great settings if you set it up right to clean the audio up and make it sound phenomenal, much like Casey does. And then lastly, it pretty much overcomes the autofocus that the lens is doing because it's up a little bit from the lens on the camera and it shoots past it. Next, Casey reveals the GorillaPod that he uses kind of as a selfie stick to support this camera monstrosity that he has created for vlogging. Now, I'm pretty sure this is the Joby GorillaPod SLR zoom combined with the Joby Ballhead X. Now, a couple thoughts on to why he uses this is because simply a selfie stick would not be strong enough to hold up the weight of the camera and the lens and the mic. So it's a very buff setup. Secondly, the ability to mold the GorillaPod, as well as with the head, you can get the specific tilt angle and then lock it all down. That setup allows to get the exact angle that he wants. And then lastly, not only are you out vlogging with that setup, which is awesome, but you could also use these GorillaPods to wrap them around a railing or set them up anywhere else. And so with the time lapses and things he shoots, I imagine the versatility of that setup is really nice. Now in this video, he also revealed the point and shoots that he's using a lot for his vlog films. Now, first he mentioned the Canon S120, and I won't go too much in depth in this because he's got a whole video that you should check out called The Almost Perfect Camera, and I'll link that up in the YouTube description. So just a couple thoughts on this camera. I mean, number one, it produces amazing video quality. And one of the things he mentions in the video is that it's very rock solid. So it's good to travel with and take with you. Friends of mine that are daily vloggers, Judy, she keeps it in her purse and the thing is decimated. I mean, it's all chipped up and scraped up, but it's still working. So these things are rock solid. Now, something to note is that a Canon S120, you cannot add an external mic. There's no mic input, but that shouldn't stop you. You just have to trust the mic on the camera, and that's the mic that you're gonna use when shooting with it. And a lot of YouTubers use this camera, daily vloggers. As I said, my friend, It's Judy's Life. And then a lot of vloggers, they've actually switched, but Mr. Ben Brown has used this camera, lots of others. And one thing about the S120 is that if you haven't jumped into YouTube yet, this could be the camera for you to get started. Reason being is that first setup is you're buying the lens and the camera and the mic and the GorillaPod, and it's gonna be expensive. And the Canon S120, I looked it up on Amazon recently and saw that you could pick this up for used like under 300 bucks, like good condition, good reviews, you know, from someplace solid. So that is an incredibly good entry point for the kind of quality that you can create with this camera. Now, the next camera that Casey mentioned is the Canon G7X. Now, this camera has been blowing up on YouTube right now. Lots of people using it and loving it. So here's a couple thoughts on that camera. Now, right off the top, it shoots amazing video. Better than the S120, looks beautiful. Now, one of the downsides is, as he mentioned in the vlog, he said, I go through them like Tic Tacs. There seems to be people reporting that it has autofocus issues where the autofocus degrades over time. It's definitely more fragile. And so that's something to consider. Well, one way I personally get around that is I just kind of keep it in this case, which makes it even more bulkier, which it is bulky. But one of the best things about it that people love, again, is that fold-up screen so that you can see yourself, so it makes it phenomenal for vloggers and video creators. But despite its fragility, the quality that you create with this camera is absolutely incredible. And a lot of vloggers have switched over to it, like Fun for Lewis, Mr. Ben Brown, or kind of more like daily lifestyle vloggers like Candy Johnson or Michael Castro. And you know, the cool thing about the Canon G7X and S120 is when you're a video creator, you don't just need to create video. A lot of times you want to shoot thumbnails, you might want to do photography and get stills on those cameras, and they're phenomenal for that as well. Now, as mentioned in the video, this one is price tags higher definitely than the S120. The very best you could do is if you looked in like the Amazon used section, I'd seen it for under 500. And so you're at about double the S120. Is it doubly as good? No, probably not, but something you might want to research as well. Hey, so thanks so much for checking out this video. Make sure to go check out Casey's channel on YouTube if you haven't seen it before. Definitely probably my favorite YouTuber, and I know he's inspiring so many out there on YouTube to create better videos, to tell better stories. And so thank you, Casey, for everything that you do. And then If you've appreciated this video, hit the like button and leave a comment. Maybe I was wrong about some of the gear or something like that, so do that in the comments section. And then also check out show notes and maybe some extra information or specs or details. I'll put that all in the YouTube description below. And also, if you want to check out another video I did from one of Casey's later videos where he revealed what he uses for time-lapse. I just did a quick video where I just shared some thoughts on that and talked about that gear as well. So thanks again for checking out this video. Think Media TV, helping you move further, faster in media. Keep crushing it, and we'll talk soon. Yo, notes. My video editing coach.
Anything to say, Ro?